Adding tables is pretty easy. You can either click the table button in the toolbar, or you can go to the menu bar, click Insert Table. The results are the same. In both cases, you get a simple little empty table, and both of these behave just like any other object. You can resize them, you can move them, you see the grid lines just like with another object. You can duplicate them with copy and paste and make more tables. And there's a whole tab in the inspector palette, that's the table inspector, devoted just to tables. So you can change the number of rows, the number of columns, you can change how footers and headers are presented, you can alter the column width and row height, you can add or remove borders and change the background. So there's a number of options, and those are all in the inspector palette. But if you want to add a table, that probably means you already have data in tabular format somewhere, like a spreadsheet application. So I'll show you what you might encounter when you attempt to copy and paste this data into iBooks Author. So we're going to start with Google Spreadsheet. Now if we go to Google Docs and we have some data here, A through D and some numbers, we copy it, we go back to iBooks Author, right click and paste, and we have the data. It's the same data, the data's right, but it's not in table format. So we're still going to be left with the laborious task of copying and pasting these numbers and letters into particular cells. So now let's try an Apple product, Apple Numbers, which is their spreadsheet application. And we'll copy. And we see that this data is slightly different. It's mostly the same, but there's an extra row just so that we can differentiate it. And we go back to iBooks Author and paste. And this is where it starts. A, B, C, D, E. So the data came in, but we have much the same result, where it's not presented in tabular format, and we're going to have to copy and paste these letters and numbers into their own cells. So that's unfortunate. Now we'll try Excel, Microsoft Excel, and we will right-click Copy. We'll go back, right-click Paste, and it worked. So this is the desire. This is what we were after. This is the desired outcome. We've got the data, and we can tell that it's different data because in Excel we have A through F, and here we have A through F. We've got all of our sample cells are accounted for, and we've got it presented as a table. So Excel worked the best. So what I recommend is, if you're not already working in Excel, either work in Excel or export your data from Google Docs or Apple Numbers into Excel before you try to bring it into iBooks Author, because you're going to have the best success that way. And here we can just click the inspector palette, and everything we want is already there. So we don't have to do any more copying and pasting, and it just works.